So the first element I would love to talk about is my personal favorite, which is moldings. And they have been marked as a quality of refinement, of a je ne sais quoi, of a certain caliber. What's up, my chic fam? Welcome back to CHEZ JACLYN. It's your girl, Jacqueline, here with another one. We are talking about timeless elements in interior design. So let's get to it. You use it even on like your baseboards, your crown molding, in your bathrooms, like to frame out your doors, and it's something that can elevate and certainly make a different look. Now, I feel like where you get a little bit tricky is where, and like trendy, is where you get into like the geometric type of molding, right? No. That's not what I'm talking about here, darling. What I'm talking about is a more timeless, elegant way of placing moldings. They just make a boring ass wall look into something so luxe, so amazing. Like the more moldings to me, the better. My favorite element in an architectural feature has got to be arches. I love me an arch. I used to not love arches. I had one in my house and I hated it, but it was like differently placed. I feel like there was kind of like a square. I love the arch that goes all the way up like a half circle. I just think that that is so beautiful. I feel like it can just add a certain je ne sais quoi, like a beautiful, elegant moment to it. Arches have been used in architectural for a millennia, and they will continue to do so, and they are considered as a classic design element, which I concur. This one might be a hit or miss with some of y'all folks. The wallpaper element itself is gonna be here forever. So many people use wallpaper and a lot of people don't, right? But I think that's one of those things where like people are afraid, they don't know how to use wallpaper. There's certain wallpapers that can be quite hideous, right? But florals, damasks, stripes, certain sort of patterns can be considered timeless. I think the way that they used to do it back in the day makes it a bit old, right? The techniques themselves have, been updated, but wallpaper itself is here to stay, my friends. Another one that I think has massive staying power is the checkerboard pattern, in whatever fashion this is. Now, this is an element, right? This isn't necessarily like a material, like the design itself. It's two different colors and a checkerboard pattern. Heck, you can even rotate it a little bit and make it a diamond pattern. But like the black and white checkered board, even if you did like a soft ivory and like a gray, that checkerboard design, it's everywhere. I mean, it's on the floor, it's in materials like in stone, it's on the wallpaper, the pillow covers, because chess has been everywhere. And what is a chess game? A checkerboard pattern. That's why I feel like this specifically is going to just, I mean, you could easily say that about stripes, right? Because it's kind of alternating. Okay, let's talk about materials. I want to talk about particularly linen, velvet, and suede. I might get a little bit of hate on this, but I don't care. I absolutely love linen. Now, first time you use it, it's itchy as hell and uncomfortable and stiff, but the more you wash it, the softer it gets. I just feel like it pairs so well. If it's in clothes, if it's in curtains, if it's your sheets. I've got some linen sheets and oh my goodness, I love them. Velvet, darling. I feel like that kind of ups the sexy anti-factor. Suede does too. It's just so approachable, but it can be elevated into an elegant sort of manner in the way that you do it. Beautiful, so romantic, so rich, almost like a whimsical type of moment. I just feel like in whatever capacity you can use velvet, you should just use it all your life. But I like velvet. I feel like it repels my cat because this sofa is like a velvet type of material, and he just like, his hair just repels right off of it, and he doesn't really like to like chill on it. I'll put a blanket down and he'll chill on the blanket on the couch, but he doesn't really like to, and he definitely doesn't scratch, thank goodness. Suede, however, I feel like is the bachelor of the gang, right? He's just so sexy and mysterious. He goes one way, but then you swipe him and he goes another. I mean, that's what I like. And I feel like if you use it in a very specific way, you can get a very specific feeling. You could use it anywhere, in a pillow, on a chair. The upholstery of a chair, absolutely delicious, darling. It is more susceptible to wear and tear. However, I don't care. I think it's just the way that obviously you use and abuse whatever the thing is. It just never goes out of style, and it just looks good on everyone, and it looks good everywhere. I mean, Put somebody in some suede shoes, and I want to talk about color now. I like a neutral palette, as you can clearly see. I feel like neutral color palettes are going to be the thing that sets you to be in the timeless category, versus if you use something more contemporary, a little bit more trendy, then it's not gonna be considered in that category. That's just how the math is mathing today. Let's just talk about it. Let's get it out of the way. White paint is here to stay for forever, okay? I don't care what anybody says. Even if you have an all-white kitchen, it doesn't matter. That kitchen is timeless. It's always gonna be in style. I don't care what anybody says. I love me some white kitchens. I love creams, warm taupes, beiges, if it's done correctly, not that crusty, dusty beige from the 90s that I am trying to get rid of in my entire house. LIMEWASH paint, I feel like that technique is just forever. Like, it's forever. It's always gonna be here. People are always gonna want it. Heck, I even want it, okay? I just don't wanna pay the expensive ticket. There's ways to go around it. You can get 2 cans of paint of 2 different colors and kind of, you know, how the whole technique goes. The way it looks on the walls, I just feel like it gives it a very Roman type of look, and it can work in any space that you put it in. That's the thing that I feel like makes it timeless. It ages so well. Ages like a fine wine. Now the other one, this might be a little bit controversial or a little bit trendy for some, but I'm gonna put it in this category because I think it is something that is here to stay, and that is color drenching. Yes, you heard it here, you've heard it from 100 other people, and that's because they write. And let me tell you why. Homes here in America have short ass ceilings, and I'm living in one right now. 8-foot ceilings, I feel like are like, okay, like you shouldn't go any lower than that. But there are shorter ceilings in this great USA, and I feel like the only way to make your ceilings feel taller, to make the home feel larger, is to color drench. You're painting the baseboards, the walls, the crown molding, the moldings in the walls, even the doors, that's what I did. And when you break up that visual line, you're putting a cap on the length. And I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get as much height as I possibly can. And it just like richifies. Is that a word? I'm using it. I'm gonna use it as a verb. It richifies the whole, or is it an adjective? I don't know. But it richifies the entire space, and it just makes it look so nice. All in all, do what you love, because if it makes you happy, then do it. And isn't that the ultimate goal, is to make ourselves happy? So if you love it, do that. If you think that there's something that you hate on this list, let me know. If there's stuff that you like on this list, let me know. If you think that there's something that I missed that should be on this list, let me know. Y con eso me voy, and with that, I will check you guys in the next video. Bye!